messed up the countdown.
Oh no.
I know. Most people can't hear that behind the scenes, but there's a whole thing.
I could feel there's been a countdown mess up.
I know.
Yes.
But we are live.
We are live.
Welcome to number 40. Let me look.
43.
Holy moly. Number 43.
Goodness.
In our quarantine concert series here at the Fur Peace Station in beautiful downtown Darwin, Ohio.
Scenic, beautiful downtown.
Scenic, that's right. There's really no downtown in Darwin, and I think it's just a sign on the highway. Technically, the Fur Peace Ranch is in Pomeroy, Ohio, which is a river town.
Well, that's our mailing address, but we're actually in Darwin.
We are.
What township are we in?
Bedford.
Bedford. I remember when your sister used to live in Salisbury Township. We used to call it Salisbury Steak Ship.
Because her last name was Steak.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So here we are.
Myron's laughing. See, you can tell he's a local when he laughs at jokes like that. So all of our quarantine concerts are brought to you by Yorma's Choice, the only choice in CBD
which choice
products.
Did Yorma choose? I think I chose the oil the last time. This time, for demonstration purposes, let us choose
Yorma's Bath Soak.
the bath soak.
This is 1,000 milligrams CBD in a Epsom salt and eucalyptus. It is fantastic, along with all of our other products. We have 1,000 milligram mint tincture. We have 1,000 milligram muscle cream that he just held up. Now he's going back to the muscle cream.
Tincture.
Sorry, that's the tincture. We have a 500 milligram black cherry tincture.
Ooh.
Which, here's what I'm thinking about the black cherry tincture. And
Yes.
Robbie Bickett, who helped create our product, we're
Indeed
thinking
he
when
did.
all our labels are done with the 500 milligram black cherry, we're going to bump the black cherry up to 1,000 milligram. But we do have a 1,200 milligram bourbon cinnamon tincture coming. The whole process that's been ongoing for about a month, we should have it in our hot little hands here in about 2 weeks.
I mean, really, what a concept. Bourbon cinnamon.
Well, the product does come from Kentucky, so.
That probably has something to do with it.
And what's even more interesting is that you and I are sober, so to sell anything
Well,
that has the name bourbon, it's not bourbon like, you can pour yourself a shot.
yeah.
But I have tested it. It's really nice.
Yeah,
Goes down smooth, as they say.
as they say.
We also have a 1,200 milligram stick coming. And when I say stick, it kind of looks like the container that an Old Spice deodorant comes in. Don't rub this under your arms. It's not a deodorant. Somebody already asked about that.
Although that is an interesting idea.
I know. I suppose you could, but,
But why would you?
Right. We just tested, I think, the last batch. We're quite happy with it, so that will be coming out as well, probably closer to the middle of April for the Rock Solid stick.
That'll fit really nicely in my little guitar tool bag.
Funny you should say that. It is a travel product.
Right.
Not that you can't travel with any of our other ones, but this one is a little bit more convenient for
just
travel.
Throw it in your dop kit.
Right.
Thumb
All right.
hurts, take it out, rub it on.
So as I said, this is number 43. We're still amazed that we've been able to pull off one of these. And our quarantine shows started on April 1st, 2020, about 2 weeks after the lockdown. What words? Whoever thought I'd be using the word lockdown?
Indeed.
Or quarantine. But we are using them. We are living through that. But it is, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
We're able to see it. We're able to feel it. We hope that wherever you are, that you are able to see it as well. We've been able to do these live streaming concerts in one fashion or another. We also do a vault series. Now, tonight's show is actually being recorded on Wednesday.
So then the term live is
Well, it's live
is
right
mutable.
now.
It is
We've
live.
done a
Where?
couple of these where we recorded it early because we had a scheduling conflict.
Right.
Really, we've only done, I can count how many we've done that way on one hand, but we did have a scheduling conflict. We can blame Izzy for this. She has a volleyball tournament. You know, it is what it is. Mom comes first.
Start driving, Mom.
Yeah, thanks.
But like I say, every time this particular subject comes up, because you do a lot of driving, at least you're not a hockey mom, because you'd be driving 3 states away to do that.
I know, I'm grateful. And she loves the sport, and, you know,
She does.
it's what we do for our kids. So if you've tuned in before, you're already saying, oh, there's Vanessa, she's talking too much already.
She is, but you know, it occurs to me that there's a very good chance that we'll both be on the chat feed.
I will be on the chat feed.
I
as
probably will be
you.
too. I'll be sitting around. What else am I going to do?
Right, we'll both be on the chat, so you can ask us questions tonight. We'll try to answer or just, you know, engage as much as we can.
Yep.
So you know that the show is not scripted except for the set list, which Yorma reserves the right to change that. You guys don't know what it is. I have a copy, but again, Yorma has surprised us on occasion where he just said, I'm not going to do that song, or for whatever reason. And if you're turning in for the first time, there is some talking, but there's a lot of music, and you have an opportunity to get some questions answered. Now, a couple people sent questions in already. We really, because we can go off script, you know, if we take 4, it'll be a miracle. 2 or 3 is how many questions we take. So that's kind of how the format works. And at some point throughout the night, you're going to see 2 emails go across your screen. One of them is a PayPal address, and one of them is a Venmo address. This was something that you guys requested when we started back in April. You wanted to know where the tip jar was, because we have offered these shows for free, which means our crew has been volunteering their time since April 4th. And most of you know that Yorma's only done a handful of shows, so, you know, for all practical purposes, Myron's
Although
been,
he does actually have some shows coming up.
I know. Well, Myron's essentially been out of work. Yes, Myron's clapping in the background because you do have some shows coming up at the end of April, the 21st and the 22nd. We have 2 shows at the City Winery. It might be close to sold out. It's limited. It's the new venue right on the water.
Looks
in New York
awesome on
City.
the screen.
So we hope that you get tickets and Yorma and Myron get to see you
Indeed.
there. So thank you for the suggestion for the tip jar for my crew. And the crew tonight is Andy and Myron, and John is here. I'm part of the crew. I'm running 2 cameras tonight, but any tips are not for me. Just making that perfectly clear. So,
Yes.
I also want to give a shout out, Bob Cately. He had a birthday.
Ooh,
Happy
Bob.
birthday. I think he's old, that's all I'm going to say. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know?
Bob's one of the guys that pushed us off the final push off the cliff to get the RV.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. Bob's a student of the Fur Peace Ranch.
He
Those of
is.
you that are listening,
And a heck of a fine fellow.
he is. He's a good guitar player, and he's like Bob the Tool Man. He's supplied my husband with more tools than he'll ever need, literally.
There's no such things as more tools than you'll ever need.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Yes, Bob is a Mac Tools rep. We got to talk. I need the new catalog, Bob, actually.
No, we don't, Bob. No, we don't.
Well,
And I also want to, oh my gosh, how do you even say this? I want to
Say it.
Extend my condolences, as much of my heart as everybody in Boulder wants. You have it, and in Atlanta. This has been a trying week for just horrific acts created by horrific people. So, Atlanta,
Yep.
Boulder,
Time is marching on, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Time is marching. We'll probably discuss this more before this evening's shoe is done.
We will. So I'm sure you're looking forward to hearing music and having me not say any more. So I'm going to turn the stage over to Yorma. Yorma, it's yours.
Well, just let me say a few more things. No, I'm good. Yeah. Well, I opened the door, found I was looking at danger. Well, it's been too many years, but we're hiding our faces like strangers. She says that she's got to go, but there ain't no way. I'm letting her walk while there's something to say. Too many years just to watch our hearts die this way. You know, she's feeling a time for seasonal change, and she's yearning to shake the trees of our lives in the streets where the leaves are burning. All things on this earth were made for the dying. And look at my soul, says it ain't much use trying. Too many years just to watch our hearts die this way. In an unwritten time, thought that life was for sharing. Well, now, living together was simply a matter of caring. Things did not work out like I planned, and alienation has left me here again. Too many years just to watch our hearts die. Too many years just to see our hearts crying. Well, too many years just to watch our hearts die in this way. Thank you.
As a perfect song to start off our number 43 with on one of my favorite guitars. I love that song.
Oh,
So,
thanks.
Thank you.
I'm fond of it myself.
I know, that's a great song.
It is a good song.
When did you write that song?
Gosh, I'd have to check it out, but I'm guessing in the early 80s sometime. Sometime between 81 and 84. Without really going to the well, that's as close as I can zero that one in.
Was that on a Relics?
That is, it first surfaced on the Too Hot to Handle album, which my friend Tom Buckner owned this high-end, very niche label out of Berkeley called Arch Records. Like he did the Chicago Art Ensemble and people that played sarrusophones instead of saxophones and stuff like that. What's a sarrusophone?
Thanks
It's
for-
kind of like a saxophone, but sax got over and sarrus didn't. So, anyhow, and it was recorded. The original was recorded with this Mark Levinson system. You audio geeks need to look this up because it's pretty exotic stuff. And yeah, so the Mark Levinson system, it's incredible hi-fi stuff, and and so originally part of it was recorded at Arch Studios in Berkeley, and part of it in this concert hall in New Haven, Connecticut, was finished up there. And then I don't know what happened to Arch Records, but Relics got a hold of it and they put it out after too many years. Yeah.
What concert hall? Toads? No.
No, it was gosh, I really don't remember. It was like a little Carnegie Hall thing. It could have been on campus or I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know. Perhaps it is on the record. I should check I have the vinyl, which has all kinds of info on it. I should check out the.
Inspiration behind the song?
Pardon?
Inspiration behind the song?
Oh, it's obvious. Listen to the words, Vanessa.
That was like,
Right.
a segue for you.
Yeah, I know. It was good. It was good.
It is a good song.
And the next song that I'm going to do, Broken Highway, is on that record too. And inspiration for the, take a wild guess. Yeah, it's just we were talking about that the other day, or maybe the other week or something. We talk about it a lot. I mean, inspiration for songs. I'm an event-driven songwriter, and I can't think of a time when I really my good songs are all in my opinion event-driven, and and that's just the deal. So I wouldn't be writing a song like that today, but I like the song and I'll play it.
Well, you're writing, like you wrote something on your blog. So today is Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday.
This will air on Saturday.
Right. The actual recording is Wednesday, but today
Right.
we have two timelines.
That's right.
As a science fiction guy, I'm totally okay with two timelines.
Right.
The other timeline is Saturday night, which is where you all
are right now.
Yes.
So we lost Brian Rohan.
We did lose Brian Rohan, and I got to thinking about that a little bit. Brian Rohan, you need to look him up. Brian was one of the first dope lawyers in San Francisco. He defended Pig, defended all kinds of people.
What did you call him? A dope lawyer?
Well, that's what he called himself.
Okay.
Back in those days, like I said on my blog, you could do a dime for a couple of joints in prison, not in jail, in prison. So you hear people complaining about stuff today. How about getting caught with a joint and doing 10 years in Vacaville? Have a nice day. So anyway, the story, we might as well tell this since.
Good.
What better time than to tell a story?
They won't get mad at you for talking too much. Go right
So
ahead.
so now you can't shut me up now. Because Brian, may he rest in peace, he was a really interesting guy. So we were staying at Sandy Koufax's Tropicana, the airplane, that was the airplane we. And in those days, we used to share rooms. And Margaretta, my ex-wife, and Paul Cantor and I had this two-story thing. I want to say suite, but that dignifies it way beyond what the Tropicana was all about. It was a two-floor, like a little apartment, and so we're sharing with Paul, and Paul had one of these like a toolbox or a fishing tackle box that opened up, and there were like little levels of shelves that popped up, and it was filled with all kinds of pot and pills and all kinds of stuff. Filled with all kinds of stuff, And also staying, now that we're going to theorize here a little bit, and I'm not going to get into too much detail, but rumor has it, well,
Be careful.
I'm going to be careful. I'm going to back
Yeah.
up on some of the details.
Yeah.
But make a long story short, we're kind of set up.
Don't
If
mention
I know
names.
you,
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah,
I would just say-
Jack knows what I'm talking about. We're kind of set up. And so,
Okay.
the band was out playing a gig or something, and the police raided the apartment. And they arrested my ex-wife because of all this dope that Paul left there. So she took the weight for Paul, and Brian Rohan defended her, which required many trips to L.A., and I noted this in my blog too. In those days, a trip from San Francisco Airport to Burbank was under $20. It was 14 and change on PSA. By God, that was commuting. And anyway, he got her off, and he got a lot of people off. And, you know, he was just a really, really interesting guy, and some people found him very abrasive. He also defended her when she got busted by that cop that thought she was a hooker in North Beach when I was going to airplane rehearsal. So Brian was in my family's life for a long time, but I'm not the only one. Look him up, really interesting guy. He fought the good fight, and he's in the big courtroom in the sky now. Many people found him abrasive, and he could certainly be abrasive, but he was never not entertaining. Rest in peace, buddy.
So I'm backing up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Margaretta got busted out in front of a hotel. Is this
Well,
story in the book?
originally, what?
This story's in the book?
I don't remember talking about it's probably in the book. In North Beach, we're staying at I think it was like $14 a week flop house hotel when I would come up for, I'd already gotten rid of my house in San Jose, my apartment, and I would be driving back and forth because I was still teaching in San Jose. Anyway, back in those days, you know, the cops in North Beach ran roughshod over the girls. They thought my ex was a hooker, and they got one handcuff on her. One handcuff, kids, is a weapon, not a restraint. And so she did a lot of damage to the cop. It took a bunch of them to put her in the wagon, but my dad was friends, had met Mayor Shelley, and yeah, and the ex-governor, and the governor of the state of California back then. And so we were able to get justice. Had we not had connections, it would have been unpleasant. It's in the book. That's definitely in the book.
Okay.
Yeah, anyhow.
Good.
How did we get there? Oh, Brian, yeah.
Brian, because Brian.
What a guy.
He represented Margaretta not once, but twice.
But yeah, that's right. I almost forgot about that. Pig, all kinds of people.
I liked Brian, but I was one of those people that found him a little rough.
Oh, he was tough.
He was.
He was. I mean, listen.
And he liked me, but it was just
just
the
who he
way he
was.
delivered even the simplest of conversations. I mean, we could be talking about,
He was hard.
toast.
He was lovable.
Toast, and
but
he
hard.
would just. I'd always feel like, oh God, is he mad at me? It's just the way he spoke.
That's just the way he was.
Yeah.
He was a lawyer, for God's sakes.
Not all lawyers are like that.
No.
Paul Karp.
I want to say, he was an exciting trial lawyer.
I'll bet.
When he spoke in stentorian tones. Anyway,
All right.
so broken highway, edge of town. Be my main street when the sun go down. Broken highway, broken dream. cheapest wine, gamble, game, chance, suits me fine, broken highway, broken dream. Wasted life, tortured soul, close to madness without no goal, broken highway, broken dream. By the mirror, behind a shade, practice smiling but be on the raid, broken highway, broken dream. Broken highway is your town. Be my main street when that sun go down. Broken highway, broken dream. Yikes. All right. Let me quickly check what's left of my tuning here. Well, even though this is technically Saturday night, in the Wednesday alternative timeline, it is a beautiful day here today.
I know.
And if it weren't for our dedication to the Quarantine Concert Series, I'd be somewhere out in the county on my motorcycle today.
I
That's all
know,
I'm saying.
you have had one ride this year.
I did get a ride. I got a
Couple
ride
days
a
ago.
couple days ago, and it was awesome.
I'm waiting for them to take the gravel and the cinders
Yeah,
off of
the
our
cinders
road.
on the road are nasty. That is true. And I have to tell you, since I've tried both, that the tires on your Sportster are much more amenable to the cinders on the road. Those big fat tires on my thing, it's like being towed on a slalom board or something like that. They don't like it. They don't. Those big tires don't like gravel at all.
The last time I was on my bike, which wasn't this bike, it was the Street Bob, I dumped it. So I'm still, believe it or not, I have like, skittery. Every time I've gone down has been on compromised traction in the state of Ohio. I'm not blaming the compromised traction, that's pilot error.
Well, that
said,
yeah. Well, pilot error is pilot error. But however, that last little dump, there were 6 inches of gravel there.
that one hurt
that's not
me
good.
bad. I didn't break anything, but I flew off the bike, side saddle, like a horse. I knew I was going down. My back tire bogged in all that gravel. Izzy was on the bike behind you, and in a split second, I thought, she can't see me get crushed by my bike. So I flung my left leg over, and just flew off the bike. It caught me just a little bit, but the way that I dove, I wrenched my back, I pulled my SI joint. I could barely walk up the road. But that's all I thought about, because that was a big bike for me, and I thought, my kid's gonna see me get crushed.
And of course, somebody out there is going to, well, what'd you do to the bike? And the answer is not much.
All I did was bend that
Bent
side.
the left-hand clutch thing and the.
My license plate. I had a side-mounted
Yeah,
license plate,
mine.
and that bent. Could have been a lot worse.
Thank God you didn't hurt the bike, Vanessa.
Nice, Yorma.
Am I playing another song?
Yeah, you've talked too much already.
I really have. If Brian Rohan were here, we'd still be talking.
I know.
Well, looked outside my window. Fog came up today. That gray outside is around my head. Looked like it's here to stay. Looks like it's here to stay. Well, looks like it's here to stay. Want you more and more. I see you around most every day, but I don't know where you are. I don't know who you are. Well, time goes on and I get older. What am I gonna do? Well, my mirror face keeps getting colder. My eyes still look for you. Well, my eyes my eyes still look for you. Well, sun came out this morning, highway showed my way, tracks in the sand led me into the sea, washed my cares away, washed my cares away, washed my cares away. I want to touch you. My vacuum gives me pain. Your smile releases all my life like flowers under rain. Like flowers under rain, where we start to live again. We start to live again. I remember, it's been a while ago, sort of early on in the ranch thing, and I was resuscitating that song, and she goes, "Your sister, my sister-in-law, Ginger," thank you, Ginger, goes, "Flowers Under Rain, that's so 70s.
Looks like you're changing guitars. Would you like a question?
Oh, why the? Sure.
We got a lot of questions that we talked about before, but I feel like with the, we have 7 more after tonight. We have 7 more. We committed to 50. If all goes well, we'll do the full 50. And we have 3 more vaults coming up, or 2. We're trying to fit everything in with your schedule and everything we have going on here. So we may repeat some of the questions. There's people that just tuned into the last half. I'm not sure this got answered, or you even talked about it. This is from John Rubino. What was Yorma's inspiration on his creation of Sunny Day Strut?
Oh, so that started out as a jam song, and it sort of like became something. I think it sort of grafted itself onto the end of I See the Light Now, but so the titles come later, i.e., for example, I'll Let You Know Before I Leave. But yeah, it was just a jam thing fooling around with, and it sort of like gained enough substance to enter the realm as a song. As many tunes did back in those days.
Right. When was it written? What year? Do you remember?
What year? No, it would have been in the 70s sometime. I'd have to. I know somebody out there knows.
I know somebody's gonna on the chat.
Yeah, Carp or one of those guys that's going to be. Well, it was like in the spring of. Yeah, that's in the 70s. I'd have to. The answer is I don't know. It's not readily available. My memory banks have been purged. Yes, I am tuning for yours and my listening enjoyment. Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Somebody asked a question that I just assumed that a lot of people knew this. If they read your book, they certainly heard the story, but they wanted to know. Oh, you know what? I actually read this wrong, and I'll tell you why I read it wrong. So they wanted to know how long Yorma and John have known each other and how they met. When I saw John, you know, Jack Cassidy's real name is John.
Yeah, but he would never use
I
that.
know that, but I use it all the time when I'm sending mail. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
he's
because
Jack to
it's
me.
his real name, yeah, I
Well,
know.
I just sent stuff to him, that's why. So when I said Yorma and John, I thought, oh, doesn't everyone know that? No, this is about John Hurlbut. So they want to know how long, or how you guys met, how long you've known each other, and how you met.
Well, I think John, I'll weigh in on this. John, I think John answered this last weekend, I believe. But, yeah, so,
Weren't you still in college, John?
no,
you were out of
he had
college.
Record Connection. He was,
Oh, okay. Oh,
he-
that's right.
not only was he not still in college,
Sorry. I thought you were like
he-
a college promoter.
he actually owned a house back then. I think I was just getting ready to flush my house down the toilet, but that's in the book too. Okay, so, yeah, what year, John? Is he gone?
He's holding up two fingers. Oh, 82.
82. 82, so I was still married to my ex-wife. I should have written more blues songs. No. So yeah, so I got a job. I got a job in Columbus. Was it Stash and Little Brothers?
Yes.
It was.
Anybody remember Stash and Little Brothers?
Anybody remember Shelley? Yes. She was one of the finest. I think she had like 200 kids or something like that, and she, you know, sometimes, you know, guys like me, what do we do for a living? We work all these clubs. Shelley was the best. She was just a superb club owner. It was like she's like kind of like Jeannie was for Sweetwater. She's like Columbus's Miss Kitty to the guitar players.
Nice.
Anyway, so I got a gig. Stash and Little Brothers, played the gig, met John and his brother. There's a.
Pete,
Is he flapping his wings?
he's exercising. He's in the back of the room exercising.
Anyway, so yeah, so afterwards we went back to John's place. What street was that on, John? Delaware Avenue. Yeah. Anyway, he had a party, of course. It was the '80s. In our defense, it was the '80s, and I believe I spent the night at your place. I'm not sure about that, but I think that might be the case. Anyway, so yeah, so '82, and then as John tells the story, this guy Kurt promoted the show, and I was wandering around looking for shows later on and stuff like that, and we pitched Kurt, and he said no. How could he say no to me? We sold out. But anyway, so he went to John. Kurt didn't like to repeat shows in the same decade, or maybe the same year anyway. So Johnny promoted the next show, and
that was it.
that was it.
And
We've
then
been
Johnny
buddies
was your
We've been
promoter.
buddies ever since. He accompanied me in '89 or '90 when that's the royal we, because the other we who's sitting over there didn't come with me. Don't go to Ohio. I went to Ohio. John met me at the airport. We drove down here, looked at the property, blah blah blah. It's in the book. So we've known each other for a long time. We've played music off and on. I remember with one of your band incarnations, I was heading to New York. It probably was in '84, maybe early '85, hard to say. I had that old '77 Chevy Sport van, and I stopped by. You and your guys were playing, and you asked me if I wanted to sit in. And I said, sure. I had that, what did I have? I think I had that blue Schecter Telly, or no, Modulus Telly. And you didn't have an amp for poor old Yorm, and so you plugged me right into the PA Let me tell you, that's love because nothing sounds worse than taking an electric guitar and plugging it into a PA. But I was there for you, John, and you were there for me. We've been friends for a long time.
But the Hurlbuts are part of our, they're part of our family.
Oh, yeah, yeah, Mama. Yeah, when,
Didn't you sleep over their house once and like
on the couch.
sleep too late?
Get up,
Didn't,
get up.
didn't Lucy?
It's lunchtime. Yeah.
Well,
I was a growing boy. I needed my rest.
we adored Ray and Lucy, John's mom and dad. Pete is just as close to us. John's sister, Mary Lou, they are an extension of the Kaukonen clan, whether they like it or not, or to their to their embarrassment. But they, our daughter, Izzy, her name is Israel Love Diana Lucy Kaukonen. Love is after your mom. Diana is after Jack's, the love of Jack's
Yep.
wife, Diana. And Lucy was after John's mom.
Yep. Cool lady, very cool lady. I think the time that I said my old Chevy van was such a rat. I think that the time I spent having it parked overnight at their house up there in the Cleveland area ran the values of the neighborhood down. Would have been a good time to buy in the day after I parked that car there. All righty. So, which is a good segue for this next song. Hallelujah, hallelujah, I belong to that band. Hallelujah, 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 I belong to the band. Hallelujah, what's that band talking about? Well, talking about the Union Band. I belong to that band. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Well, I belong to that band. Hallelujah. What's that band talking about? I'm talking about the Union Band. I belong to that band. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I belong to that band. Hallelujah. Talk about me just as much as you please. Talk about you down on my knees. I belong to that band. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I belong to that band. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, I belong to that band. Hallelujah, 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 I belong to that band. Hallelujah. You know, for those geeky musical historians out there, when I learned that song, that's the first time I really started bending strings. I can't pick up a guitar now without without doing that, but back then, that was the only song I did that in. Fancy that.
I don't even remember you doing that song in our quarantine series. There's
I
been,
think I've done it once
In the
before.
beginning?
I did it once before, I think.
Yorma has a full chart of all the songs that he's done, the dates that he's done it, little X's that represent how long ago he did it. So, you know, the man only has so many songs in his catalog, and it's quite a few. So when the opportunity to do this other project, you know, that came out of Yorma and John, doing songs that were John's choice, where Yorma accompanied him, it really opened up a whole other palette for you, which has been really nice, I have to say.
It certainly has been, it's hard to find an upside to this whole pandemic business,
I know.
but that's definitely one, no question about it. No question about it.
There have been some, you know, you're right, this being able to do the shows, the project that came out of it, you know, the time spent with, I can just speak for my own family, but the time spent with you and our daughter, and I have not, in the 32 years or however long we've been married.
Nice driving, Essa.
Was it 32? What? No? It's gonna be 33? It's gonna be 33. It's not 33 yet, it is 32. I am right.
Damn.
Nice try, Yorma.
Dang. I just wanted to see if you're paying attention.
I am paying attention. I have not spent this much time with you in you know, consecutive days.
No, we can
because
still not only stand each other, we still actually like each other.
There's been moments in the last year.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like the first 4 weeks that he was home. Sorry, I'm gonna look over at John. The first 3 weeks that he was home, Izzy would look at me at the dinner table. She goes, "God, Daddy chews really loud." I'm like, yeah, he does. So, you know, normally we'd look at our watch, you know, pre-COVID and go, yeah, it's about to send Danny out on tour. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? That, and we've made lots of fun of Yorma over the last year about how he says certain words. We talk over dinner as like conversation hour. And so now I've got Izzy on my team, and Yorma says like cucumber. He can't say cucumber. Go ahead, Yorma. Say
Cucumber.
Yeah, it's cucumber. Cucumber.
I don't know what to tell you, Vanessa.
And what are you wearing? What are your jeans?
What?
What are those? What do you call your jeans?
Levi's.
No, what's the other word? What are they?
Pants.
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 They're pants.
Hey, you better be nice to me or I'm going to pants you.
There's that. What was
Us
the
older
other
folks out there, remember pantsing in school?
Oh, there was another word too, but basically cucumber. That was
Cucumber.
oh my God. It just like sets me off.
But here's the thing. Understanding is the essence of communication. You knew what I was talking about. When I
After-
say pass the cucumber,
And now I got Izzy going, Dad, cucumber. Anyways, there's been a lot of, you know, more joyful moments than not for our family. The other stuff, the COVID malaise, that's what I'm calling it, you know, and I certainly don't downplay PTSD, but it feels I have, you know, if you look it up and you see some of the descriptions of what people experience, it's been, God, dare I say, I said this the other day, I go, God, dare I say, I feel a little depressed. I'm tired like everybody else.
yep.
Enough. Or as my ex-mother-in-law would say, asbet.
I spet.
Asbet. I think it means enough.
Instead of andiamo. All right. Enough ethnic humor. Yeah, so I was while we were yakking, I've been agonizing with the tuning of this thing. Who knows, you know? All these things with, well, you could use this capo and you never have to retune. I just changed capos twice and I'm still tuning. Of course, it could be the strings. Or well, up in the morning, watch the north wind rise, bringing fire down from the sky. Ain't got a long way to go. Keep on loving, baby, make it slow. We're going home, won't be long in my song. Loving you ain't never done no wrong. Well, nighttime fall like a crack of dawn. Real the sky with a shining moon. Silver siren just got to please. Feeling your loving, baby, at my knees. We're going home, won't be long in my song. Loving you ain't never done no wrong. Well, baby mine, one more time, run your hands down my spine. Pretty mama alone, if you say it's time to go, take some time for just one. Well, up in the morning, watch the north wind rise, bringing fire down from the sky. Hey, we got a long way to go. Love, baby, make it slow. We're going home, won't be long in my song. Loving you ain't never done no wrong. Well, baby mine, one more time, run your hands down my spine. Pretty mama Lordy, if you say it's time to go, take some time for just. Well now, baby mine, one more time, run your hands down my spine. Pretty baby, well if you say it's time to go, take some time for just one more.
Goodness.
When we started earlier and I mentioned the horrific shootings. I hope that I said, for some reason I thought I said Denver. It was Boulder. I have friends in Denver and Boulder.
Yeah.
And whenever I hear of any news coming
Yeah.
out of Colorado, I as you know, classically mix up my cities. But I did just get a text from Phil, and he is not 100% sure, but he's fairly sure that one of the victims was Suzanne Fountain, and he believes that
One of the victims was,
Suzanne Fountain, I think that he was one of the staff at E-Town. She was
Oh,
one of the
my.
staff at E-Town. He used
That's
to settle
horrible.
box office, I think.
I don't know.
I will
It's-
find out more.
Need to have to
but-
fact check that.
Yeah,
Goodness gracious.
yeah. What a horrible thing, you know?
I have to
Human beings are,
get in touch with Nick Forster later on and see what's going on.
I will.
Well, that could be a good segue into another Reverend Davis song.
Yeah. It's hard to know, you know, I hate to say it, but I think we've become numb
Yeah.
to just seeing it, you know. I don't want to use our stage as a controversy for what you think or don't think, you know.
Yep.
I'm talking about anybody listening or on the chat about, you know, our rights and whatever, but killing is, you know, sorry. Sorry. All bets are off.
On the upside, I did hear the pitter patter of little feet.
I think Fritz, Andy's son, is running around.
I believe
Yeah.
he is.
I know, I don't know if anybody could hear that.
That kid. On the much brighter side, earlier while we were waiting for you to get back from drop is off at the volleyball conditioning thing, Andy and I were outside, socially distantly chatting, and Fritz is running around in the field and looking at this. Now they go, you know, on a day like this, growing up a kid in the country, how good does it have to get,
I know.
really?
I know. And I remember when Izzy was that big and she just learned to walk, and you know, as soon as your kid starts to walk, it's like, that's it, your world changes. You know, you're pretty mobile. Where is he? There's Fritz.
Hey, buddy.
Fritz. You want to say hi? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Come here.
See, in the Union,
Come here. Can you say hi? Say hi.
we have you guys can't see this, but there's a self-propelled youngster
Okay. Can I have
grabbing the
microphone?
microphone, Vanessa's microphone. He's
Thank
looking
you.
at it.
Thank you. There you go.
He's been retrieved. Okay. Well, search my heart. I said, Lord, search my heart. Lord, and now search my heart. So I'll know what's right now, what's wrong. When I'm in misery, search my heart. When I'm in misery, search my heart. Well, when I'm in misery, search my heart. So I'll know what's right now, what's wrong. when I'm grateful. Search my heart. You know when I'm grateful. Search my heart. Well, when I'm grateful, I said, search my heart. Oh, I'll know well what's right now, what's wrong. Lord, search my heart. Search my heart. Well, I said, search my heart. Well, I'll know what's right now, what's wrong. Thank you. Now, again, it's old clock on the wall time. Your friend and mine, Mr. John Hurlbut. And there he is.
There he is, Fritz. Whizzing right on through. All right. Well, Yorma, you're sounding cool as a cucumber tonight.
Well, thank you, John.
Yeah.
What did you say?
A cucumber.
Cucumber.
Cucumber. Unlike that.
He puts the,
Unlike that Solari, the Solari stuff.
he puts the accent on the wrong.
Maybe he's got the right one, and we're all wrong. Who knows?
Thanks, John. I
I
appreciate
doubt it.
that.
I doubt it.
Thank you, Andy. There she is.
Well, John,
Well,
you always bring these gems, but we have a purpose in mind today, I
Yes.
believe.
you know, since last Saturday night, we were talking about The River Flows, Volume 2. And we
Volume 2.
Volume 2. And just to reiterate that date again, they moved it from April to June. Now July 17th is the release date for that Volume 2 on vinyl on that day for Record Store Day. And boy, if you thought that red vinyl was cool, wait till you see what we got coming up for you in July.
Well, like they say in one of the many good books, they also serve who only stand and wait.
You know, I don't think I know what color. Is it a color? I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, I'll tell you later so we don't.
Yeah, I don't think they shared that with me.
Oh,
You're gonna love it.
Wow.
You're gonna love it.
now it is true that the test pressing they gave us,
Yeah, that was just
it was a
black and
nondescript.
white label, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Didn't even say which side it was.
No,
Kind of
but
exciting.
you got a 50-50 chance of getting the right one.
That's correct.
Yes.
And actually, as fates would have it, I should have played the lottery that day because when I put it on, I had no idea. I did get side A.
There you go.
Volume 2 is fantastic.
Thank you, executive producer.
I believe the executive producer also makes a guest appearance on Volume 2.
Yes, she does, Yorma. Now, let's keep.
And you want to know what? I didn't realize it. I thought, no, I didn't. I thought we bumped that song. Nothing was
No,
bumped.
no bumps.
Yeah.
No bumps. You're
And
right
actually,
there.
when you were doing that, because you were goofing around a little bit,
I was?
you were, and I shot a little movie of it, because I had my Canon set up. And
Excellent, Norma.
if you're not nice to me, I'm gonna release the outtake footage.
What was I doing?
That Ellen
I'll show you that.
Dennis dance.
I'll show you.
Elaine Bennis dance.
Elaine, yeah, Elaine. All right, Yorma, so I thought we'd do a slow one and then one that's a faster one.
It's right,
Yeah, yeah.
that's probably dynamically speaking, that's as Mr. Barry Mitterhoff used to say, fast and loud holds the crowd, low and slow, watch them go.
Hey, that guy's a,
So if you start out with a slow
That's
one,
good,
they can't
Barry.
go because they gotta wait for the fast one.
yes, that's right.
Plus, it's a good song anyway.
Oh, yeah. I think that sounds like a good way to do it. All right. Mama, take this badge away from me. I can't wear it anymore. Getting dark, too dark to see. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Just like so many times before. Mama, take these guns, bury them in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. See this long dark cloud coming round. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. just like so many times before. Mama, wipe this blood from my face. I can't see through it anymore. Got a long dark feeling and it's hard to trace, but I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Just like so many times before. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know, the only thing that would have made that better, John, is if you'd written that song yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that one, you are right. I agree with that one.
Yeah, man, nice, good version.
Beautiful.
That's a fun song to play.
Thank you.
You know, it's a real testimonial because, you know, in the sort of like general world that you and me and so many of our pals circulate in, that's one of those songs, you know. But it's just, you know, somebody had we dealt with an outside influence when we were cutting River Flows, part one and part two, some less perspicacious producer might have said, well, that's an old chestnut. You don't need to do that. It is an old chestnut, and that's why we need to do it, because it's such a good song.
Yeah, and of course, you always make those old chestnuts sound brand new again.
Well, we do the best we
As
can.
do you, John.
We give it
When
a-
you play
thank
these
you.
songs, I'll just say for both of you, you make that song your own. It really, the song isn't like the original, and all of the songs that you've picked, not only on volume 1 and volume 2, but all of the songs that you have dug up for these, it's like hearing it for the first time, and it has different meaning. For some of these songs, more powerful than when I heard the original, so.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
to
for this.
paraphrase the
Thank you.
Reverend, and baby, Mama, let me lay it on you. It's the only thing we know to do. What do you got for
The Rev. The
Rev indeed? So, God, if you're tuning up, maybe I should take a quick look too.
Yes. I had to make sure I was ready for you.
That since we are recording this,
Yes.
this is just a shout out for, as we come to, looking at the end of our quarantine concerts. John worked all day today, so usually when we come in for Saturday, everybody
You call
has-
that work?
Yeah. Well, he loves what he does, but it is work. And we've all been working. We're getting ready for this outdoor stage, and I'll tell you, I don't know what I've gotten myself into, but it's now turned out to bigger than I had originally hoped. But thank you for the drone shots that made me realize we needed to beef up that area. But John's up
Anything I
here-
can do productive flying my drone, you let me know.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Andy worked today too at OU,
Yeah.
and she's a mom. She's got her kid here, so this is just a shout
Myron trekked up from Cincinnati.
out. Were you in Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
Wow. Well, thank
The
you for
Queen
coming.
City.
Thank you
At
for
least he
coming
wasn't
back.
in Cincinnati, you know.
So we
Where
are.
I spent a summer with my grandparents at 308 Ellen Circle.
Nice.
Yeah, they used to live in Cincy.
So
1950.
not only do we do these shows for us because we need this as much as you, but
Absolutely.
the dedication of everybody in this room. If I hadn't said it before, we couldn't do this without you, John, or Myron, or Andy, and of course
Right,
you,
we couldn't say it
Norma.
enough.
It's been a heck of a year, and 1,000 thank yous to all of you who have made every single show just as special. Because I always think, oh, what are we going to say? How funny are we going to be? Or gosh, I hope we don't fight on air. Or what are the songs going to, the whole thing is unscripted, but it really, collectively, everybody brings their energy of whatever's been going on in their day, their week, and it is soulfully dumped into the music and
Yeah.
the stories, and I leave here every week feeling uplifted, because this has been it's only Wednesday, and it's been a poopy week for me.
Yeah, it's
So,
been a week.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Vanessa, thank you. And 10,000 thanks to the Kalkinens for giving us this house to come into and play music and get together. So thank you for that. If the house wasn't here, we couldn't come.
People think that when you own your own business, you're just like, you're people of leisure. Yorm and I have we've never worked harder, and then the pandemic came, I thought, oh God, we're gonna have like so much time on our hands. Can I just say this last year, we've never worked harder.
No, never.
It is kind of amazing.
As I've said repeatedly on this show, I got to get back on the road so I can get some rest.
I know. But thank you for being here, because I want everybody to know too, not only am I giving you a shout out for what these shows have meant, Yorma's like Mr. Mom in the most awesome way. So he's, except for driving to the volleyball tournaments at 4:00 in the morning, I seem to be the one that does that. You do everything else. You're just like, you're an awesome dad.
We should have driven the RV up and parked in the parking lot, but it was too cold for that particular one.
Yeah. So thank you.
Goodness gracious. So,
Give thanks and praise. And we do want to thank
Yes.
those wonderful, wonderful folks out there
Yes.
in Radio Dream Streamland tonight, because Vanessa's happy, Myron's happy, Yorma and John are happy, but we're glad that you're out there and you're having a good time too. And I know you are, because people call and write all week long to say how much these shows mean to them. And I tell them, well, you won't believe how much they mean to us as well.
How true, how true.
It's so nice. Then it's like win, win, win during a
Totally.
real down season. So
Totally.
we're really glad about that.
And thank you, Yorma, for, not letting us down with like the first yikes of the night early on. John, thank you for your, the John coined Radio Dream Streamland. It is on a
Radio
shirt.
Stream Dreamland.
No, Dream
Radio
Streamland.
Dream Stream.
Dream
Ooh,
Stream.
Radio
I
Dream.
mixed
Oh,
that up.
gosh.
I mixed that up one week and I was called on it.
Copyright violation, yeah, right.
So you can get the Yikes shirt from the company store with the Live from Radio Dream Streamland on the back. You
I
can
might
also,
wear the Yikes shirt next week.
that would
Yikes.
be wonderful. That would be
Yeah,
wonderful.
we didn't talk about,
Well,
we didn't
John's
really
wearing
discuss
the
a lot
hat.
of stuff with the hats.
John's wearing the hat.
He is wearing the hat.
That's a new
The new cap, the new lid, Yorma.
organic hemp
Hemp.
I've
hat
got
with
mine.
with a
Cotton.
leather embossed patch.
Yep.
That is a new product, the Radical Sprinkle. For those of you that keep asking for Radical Sleep, we're giving you Radical Sprinkle.
I cooked with it this morning when I cooked up my Just Egg, which is made out of like mung beans or something, because I can't eat eggs. It's a free commercial for it. This stuff's unbelievable. It tastes like egg. Anyway, Radical Sprinkle makes it taste even better.
It's great. It's fantastic. We're really happy to have that product.
Oh, and Scotty Hall's hot sauce, of course. Which
Yes.
Is,
Which I don't touch.
yeah. No, you're not a hot sauce.
I don't go
lady.
anywhere near. I touched it. I closed the cover and then touched my eye. Remember, I was in dire pain. Thanks, Scott.
That's painful.
Well done, Scott.
Painful.
I also want to just mention that other marinade that's back there, Yorma, because I used that on my, so for the dinner on Saturday night last week, our chef made jerk chicken and coconut rice and peas, and I am a vegetarian, so I did the coconut rice and peas, but I marinated my tofu in that, is that New Song for the Morning? Is that what?
This is
No, no.
Right by the hat.
Nope, that's the Radical Sprinkle.
Oh, I got. I see. It's the other stuff. Yeah.
So that
Yes.
is a,
Yes,
that
that's
is
the new
a
song for
loose
the morning.
tea
Loose tea and marinade.
and marinade, and it has curry, and it is loose, so when you open it up, turmeric, there's all kinds of wonderful stuff in there, and that was my marinade for the tofu. So we're not just about T-shirts and guitar supplies and music. We've got some wonderful products, and we want to thank you for supporting the company store during the quarantine shows.
You all been keeping Miss Kelly busy, and we thank you, because that way she's staying out of trouble.
Well, all righty then.
Yeah, keep her on. Stuck in drive, going down this long road. I gotta move, I can't go slow. Don't tell me about looking up. Don't tell me about moving up. I just wanna move a little faster. Roads are in ruin, but we still travel. Hole's too big, you gotta go around it. No time to wonder if you're going anywhere. Just stay with those 4 gears. I just wanna move a little faster. Long hill up ahead, you start to build up speed. Get to the top, you come to that sharp curve. Put your hands up upon the wheel. Go with the ways you feel. You gotta hold that road. Sunday driving on a Saturday night highway. Still can't slow me down. How could we quiet the drifter's mind? How could we find just a little more time? I just wanna move a little faster. stuck in drive, going down this long road. I gotta move, I can't go slow. Don't tell me about looking up, don't tell me about moving up. I just wanna move a little faster, a little faster, a little faster. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Arma.
Good ending, John.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Cool, man. Thank you so much. Could it be? It could be. And it will be.
I had to bring something back to Myron. I think I walked in front of the camera without thinking. I'm hoping Andy wasn't doing the long, oh, good, she wasn't doing the long shot. I got to the other side and went, oh my God, did I just walk in front of the camera?
It's the Invisible Woman.
Fritz, high five, Fritz. Yeah.
Yeah. So this next song was kind of a request from you. Actually, maybe I imagined it. Maybe I didn't. Did you actually request this next song?
I did. It's one of my favorite airplane
Well, then I'm
songs.
doing it for you, Vanessa.
Thank you. It's one of my favorite airplane songs. We use it in,
It's not an airplane song, Vanessa.
oh, I'm sorry.
It's a
What
Hot
am I
Tuna
thinking
song.
about? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Never mind. Thinking about something else.
But it is from a certain era.
Yeah, I'm thinking about something
And
else.
so,
Come here, Fritz. Come here. There's a baby running around.
my goodness. There's a-
Oh,
there's a baby in the
hold
house.
on.
What did he assume?
I'm
It
not
looks like
gonna say.
A disinfectant spray? He's just trying to help, Vanessa.
Oy.
There's a baby in the house. Yeah, well, Andy, if you can hear me, he'll be stealing the car after midnight before you know it. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, we did discuss this. I forget how these things go because, you know, life is such an existential flow for me, and with all these parallel timelines that we're dealing with, I think I just entered a third one. We've got two of them going. We've got Wednesday/Saturday.
I know, and I looked at this set list, when I looked at that question and saw Yorma and John and thought of Jack, and I looked at the set list, I was completely thinking of something else. I'm telling you, I have COVID fatigue.
COVID fatigue.
I can't remember
I understand.
words, I'm like,
Well, now you hope the road you follow will lead you to the sea. You hope the time allowed you will start you living free. But when the world is busy, the way is hard to see. When tomorrow comes, will you remember? Well, when the time you have to wonder is slipping by your side, and the way I try to move into the future lets you slide into corners without exits, you try to find a ride. And tomorrow comes, will you remember? Well, don't you know the world don't care just what you're living through? It's taking you for a ride. Don't you know you gotta keep on fighting through? Last one tears lying deep inside. Well, now the last ship in the harbor is sailing on the tide. And your papers are in order, so you better get inside. Your broad horizon's ready, and the world is open wide. When forever comes, you'll still remember.
Okay, do you want to know what, when I looked at it, what I saw, even knowing that you have never done this song? What's one of my favorite Airplane songs?
Oh, Turn My Life Down?
No, it begins with a C, because all I saw was the C. I'm telling you, my mind isn't right. Coming back to me.
Oh, my.
I know you've never done that
No.
song, and I looked at that and saw the C. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, that's
Oh.
that's one of Marty's, that's a great, great song. And
I
certainly one of
know.
Marty's greatest songs, yeah.
who knows? Maybe John will learn that song. Shaking his head, maybe, putting his hands up, maybe.
Many things are possible, Vanessa.
Oi, that's all I gotta say. God.
I think I'll pick up old number one for this next tune. Old number one.
And it's in tune.
I beg, don't jinx things. I think you're right, though. Ah, boy. I need a little tea so I can relax here.
What a week.
Boy, I'll tell you. Well, the river of time, it marks our line. From birth to death, there is no rhyme. Chance to meet along the way. Will we go or will we stay? Or no sound of tolling bells. Task on earth is living well. Well, I dreamt my grandma held my hand. I felt a stranger in this land. Her ancient voice cried out to me, have your choices plain to see. Time to move on down the line. We're all here floating in a river of time. Well, the bank was shrouded in the fog. From the shore, a barking dog recalled a time I'd long forgot. Flowers there, forget-me-nots. Saw a wave, friends of mine. We rolled down that river of time. Well, it might be nice, I could have said. Speak of loved ones long since dead. I still float there on the shore. I shan't see them anymore. Not on this side, but in dreams. Dreams aren't always what they seem. Well, the river flow has just begun. My daughter follows and my son. My time ends, I'll rest on land. While I slumber, they'll still stand. They're a part of that endless line, all here floating in the river of time. As I float through another day, there are no waves to rock my way. Water lifts my spirits high. In this moment, you and I, current flows so fine, and we roll down that river of time. Thank you. Well, Vanessa.
Well, Yorma,
Well, Myron. Well, John. Well, Andy. Well, Fritz.
this was a good show. This was a nice break in the middle of the week. We want to thank everyone for tuning in for these last 43 weeks. Thank you for supporting the crew. Thank you for your questions. We do have something up our sleeve for when this is, when these quarantine concerts are done.
We're not vanishing.
No, we're not vanishing. We are going to continue with the music and the stories and the banter in a different format and a different way for you to see them. Probably see a recorded version of what our plan is, but in order to continue with that, we need for everybody to subscribe to the YouTube channel that you're watching. I'm going to assume that everybody watching is already a member, but this will actually enable us to do what we've been hoping to do for the last year. So if you are a member, thank you very much. If you're not, just hit that subscribe button that's right underneath the video.
It costs nothing.
It
Nothing.
costs nothing. Tell your friends. I refuse to buy bots. That, like people do, they buy bots. They buy, like not real. They're not people.
Our people are all real.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry.
Just won't. Just won't.
I'll hold out.
It's like Beetlejuice not doing a second show a night.
Just won't do it. What a great movie.
One of the best.
We used
Yeah,
to
'cause
quote,
I'm-
we used to
'cause I'm
quote
feeling-
lines from Beetlejuice.
I'm feeling a little anxious.
Yorma, you never disappoint.
I try not to, Vanessa.
So again, thank you very much. Our heart is with you, Boulder and Atlanta. Listen, everybody, we have made it through this unbelievable year. We need to embrace our neighbors. We need to be kind. We need to be tolerant. I can't say it enough. I'm not going to jump up on my soapbox. Everybody here on this feed knows how I feel. But we're too good for that. We just are. Humans behaving badly. Jesus. Sorry, should I have said Jesus? Was that okay? I'm looking at John. John's giving me.
Well said, Vanessa.
No. What? He's giving me the sign. I got absolution.
Always, always.
Thank you, Yorma. Thank you for everything. Thanks for wanting to do this. Thank you for being so gracious, and thank you for all your support this year to everybody in this room.
I can't remember the last time I was called gracious.
What?
Gracious?
You've been so gracious.
I need to tell some inappropriate joke to get back into my.
Please don't. Please don't. Save it for when we open back up and you have your electric class.
I need some new jokes. Don't send me jokes. I find them on my own.
Yeah, please. Don't send him Mr. Peanut pens, and don't send him any stupid jokes.
So here's a question for the folks out there, for the
God.
science fiction lovers. Which vintage science fiction story focused on where the jokes come from? I don't remember either, so I'm going to have to look this up, but I do remember vaguely.
Really?
Jokes and coat hangers, yeah. Where do they all come from? Anyway, okay.
You're bizarre, you're.
I don't know, Vanessa. It's been a long life. Well, so obviously I'm setting up for Water Song here. I've selected old number 85 for this one. The Martins getting the call, and by golly, they sound good. Of course, I wouldn't keep a guitar that didn't sound good. Why would you? I say. Anyhow, thanks again, everybody, and all our team, and we'll wind up with this guy here. Thanks so much, folks. We will see you next week.